Alright guys, I'd like to tell a suggestion. In today's video I got the benchmarks for the GIGABYTE GeForce GTX 1650 OC 4GB graphics card. I have a build up on the channel that shows you how to build this system. If you'd be interested in it, I'll put the link up here for you. It's the budget entry level gaming PC of 2020. And if you haven't seen that video, we'll run down through the specs here real quick for you. Alright, here we go guys. And the specs that make up this system, we have the Ryzen 3 3100. We have the GIGABYTE B550M DS3H motherboard. We have G.SKILL Ripjaws 5 series, 16 gig, 28 gig stick, up to 3600 megahertz. For storage, we have the Silicon Power Ace A55, 2.5 inch, 512 gig SATA hard drive, or SSD. For the GPU, of course, we have the GIGABYTE GeForce GTX 1650 OC 4GB graphics card. Pile the whole system, we have the EVGA 450 watt, 80 plus bronze certified non-modular power supply. And to house the whole system, we have the Cooler Master MasterBox MB311L. And all the games that I ran on this system, it was ran at 1080p. You will see some variance in the settings, but I went for the 60 frames per second, or a little bit better than 60 frames per second. You know, that's what most PC gamers want, 60 frames per second. So that's what I did in today's video. Whenever I ran the benchmarks for these games, I went with the settings that would get you that 60 frames per second. I played the games that I think a lot of people that would be on a budget entry level like this would be playing, or would be interested in playing. So the games that I picked for today's video, we got the Borderlands 3 and the Division 2, which I did run the built-in benchmarks for these two. They was set on medium settings. Fortnite, I ran it on pro settings, so that's where everybody likes to play it. And, you know, you got the high set on the view distance and everything else on low. As far as Apex Legends and CSGO, I put them on high settings. I also ran having benchmarks. Everything was ran as stock in the system. The only thing that was overclocked was the RAM. I did turn it up and got to 3600 megahertz speed out of the RAM. The CPU and GPU were both ran at the out-of-box settings. So let me roll them benchmarks, show you some gameplay with the benchmark numbers that I got out of this graphics card, and I'll be back with my conclusion to the video. Alright guys, that's the benchmarks, or that's the performance that I got out of the GIGABYTE GeForce GTX 1650 OC 4GB graphics card. By looking at them benchmarks, Case did a pretty good job about keeping the CPU cool and the GPU cool. I think it's pretty good pairing with that 3100. You know, it never hit more than 60 or 50 or 60% usage. The GPU was always up in the 90% usage. I think it's a pretty good pairing. And I think this makes for a pretty good entry-level system. If you like this kind of content, make sure you go down and give me a like. If not, there's that dislike button. There's that comment section below. I go through them every weekend on my live stream here Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. If you really like this kind of content, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell on. That way you're notified next time I put out a video or go live here on YouTube. And also, there's links in the description for Instagram and Twitter. I don't carry your inbox, but I do put up photos of stuff that I've got coming in to give you an idea of what's coming up on the channel and whatnot. If there's any news about my live stream, if I got to cancel or change the time, that's where you also get notified about that. And with all that being said, you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.